The perfect gameplay loop. It's one of those things that's very often sought out, but very rarely actually found. You know, like a double rainbow or true love. But back in the day, Jagex had one of these gameplay loops on their hands. And I'm talking, of course, about the early days of mining. Now, if you're not familiar, I'll give you a little lesson. Basically, you'd go to a small handful of potential mining sites throughout the game that actually made sense and were close enough to a bank. Some of these look like real mines where you'd actually find rocks, like my personal favorite Al-Kharid, or the Dwarven mine under Falador, which of course has the attached mining guild for those with level 60 or above, you know, the real Big Johnson miners out there. And then others just seem totally out of place. You're basically walking through a pasture, and for whatever reason, there's just a bunch of rocks with valuable ores sticking out of the grass. Think Port Khazard, Lumbridge Swamp, Barbarian Village, stuff like that. But whatever. Select your mining site, whatever you fancy, bring your pickaxe, and click on a rock. Then, wait. After a little while, you'll get an ore, and you can repeat that process 28 times until you have a full inventory, and run to the bank. Now take everything I just said, bundle it up into one process, and repeat that process right around 10,000 times. Let's assume you're getting coal. That's a great ore. My personal favorite back in the day. It's going to take you about 10,000 inventories, and then boom, you're 99. Now, if you're a weird person, you could power mine iron, but then you're dropping the ores. You're not even making any money. Frankly, that makes no sense. You're here to make bank, right? And that's pretty much it. Nowadays, though, things look a lot different, and there's a ton of different choices you have to make with how you want to train the skill, with all the options out there. Frankly, I find myself missing the days where my only choice was what color rock do I want to hit with what color pickaxe, but unfortunately, those are long behind us, and for the sake of making a complete video, let's run through some of the changes over the years that have taken this once great skill and dragged it through the mud. Now, for right around a year after Old School released, mining remained the same delightful skill that it used to be. Unfortunately, this all changed on April 24th, 2014, with the release of the Motherlode mine. Now, there's a lot of problems with this, but easily the biggest offender is that it shattered the old 1-to-1 ratio of clicking and receiving an ore. Now, you can stand at the same ore vein and chill, getting 60 XP drops, mind you, more than a coal ore used to be, and on top of this, it's all in one location, so it's bringing everyone who's mining together. They can socialize. You no longer have to decide which mine you want to go to, because there's only one, and it's going to be the best XP out there. Not to mention, they also messed up the ratio of banking. One inventory, one bank run, right? Not anymore. Now you go to this stupid pay dirt cleaner thing and you can drop a bunch of inventories in there. And even when you do have to bank, it's right there. You don't get to experience those long runs like you used to. This is why everyone's getting fat. So a mere 1 year into Old School, mining is already unrecognizable. People are just grabbing their dragon pickaxes because, oh yeah, those are in the game now too. Came out a month beforehand. Easy scape. And they're showing up to Motherlode Mine, getting a free skill up. It's pretty disgusting, though if I did have to find one small silver lining with this place, I do have to mention that as an American myself, I have a profound respect for Prospector Percy's ability to find people who are physically smaller than him and then force those people to work for his own personal gain. Well done, Prospector Percy, but it doesn't outweigh the negatives, and this update was only the beginning. There's more to come. January 7th, 2016, we got the Blast Mine. Frankly, this content is pretty cancerous, so as far as new content goes, I approve of it pretty well. My main complaint is that it's just more variety added to the game, which we really don't need. Now next up, we've got another heavy hitter that was a tough blow. The mining guild used to be perfect. All it had was coal and mithril. Now, we've got Addy, spots to power mine iron, and worst of all, Amethyst. Now this stuff came out June 22nd, 2017, and it's got a slight semblance of the old spirit of mining, 1-to-1 ratio, but it's way too chill. It takes very long to finish out a wall, and they're all stacked directly next to each other, so you can just place your mouse when you get one, move on to the next. That's messed up. You're not supposed to be able to get your next ore for free. You have to manually search for that shit with your eyes. Find it in the mine. This is not that great XP per hour, it's about 20k, but it's just too laid back. And frankly, you can make a lot of money at it too, 300 to 400k an hour usually, and that should not be paired up with low effort. It's just wrong. Now I'm coming to you from outside the Volcanic mine on Fossil Island, and this came out September 7th, 2017. Now, I've never actually done this activity myself, and I considered learning it for the sake of this video, but that requires Numalite. Plus, I've heard that it's a pretty fun activity which requires teamwork and offers really good experience, up to 90,000 or so an hour, so I decided that I was just going to behave like a typical RuneScaper and hate on it without ever actually giving it a true shot. So yeah, Volcanic Mine sucks as well. Now the final nail in the coffin to mining so far, at least in my book, is shooting stars. These things came out March 17th, 2021, and if you manage to hunt one down on your own, it's ridiculously AFK. We're talking about 20 minutes between clicks, because oh yeah, we also removed the 5-minute logout timer, because we're stupid. However, if you mine it in a group, like I am here, it goes down a lot faster. This, however, does come with the added risk of people potentially trying to talk to you, which is pretty scary. And in addition to that, these things can land in any one of like 100 different spots. So while we used to have 8 or so mines to pick from, now we're looking at mining in a ton of different places across the game map. Way too much change of scenery and variety. Gross. And as I sat here mining this star that we found on stream, I streamed too, by the way, check that out, I started thinking about something. I started thinking because I didn't have to click, right? So my mind got to wandering, and I realized that things started going downhill in this game the moment Jagex started listening to the player base. The Gowers didn't give a shit what the players thought, and that's how we ended up with phenomenal content like old runecrafting, old mining, and old boss drops. Think about it. Now you're getting all different kinds of resources in between kills while you're waiting for your uniques. No, they gave you a 1 in 256 shot at a Dragon 2-hander, and you were happy about it. My point is, for the health of the game, we should definitely abolish the poll system. I'll leave you with that as my closing thought. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things. You know what's up. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.